friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I'm going to be talking about some of the more concepts of blockchain and how the mining works and how the blocks will be preferred based on the majority instead of the minority. These are all the things that I will be talking about in this video, and I will show you the graph and the things that I have made up earlier, and I will just demonstrate you in this video. So let's go to the screen. As you can see here that I'm present in this excelodra.com website, and inside this I have prepared some notes that I will be sharing with you, and you can check them, and I will be showing you all of these things in this video. So the first thing that you need to keep in mind is that, as you can see here, this is the document, video or audio file. Basically, if you enter any kind of documents, video or audio file in the blockchain, they will be stored in the hashing algorithm called the SHA-256. So the SHA-256 is like a fingerprint of these documents or videos or audios that will basically show us that this document is protected. By using this fingerprint, you can access to them, and this hashing algorithm will basically protect them. And if you are not aware of the hashing algorithm, this is the basically 64 characters hash values, and each character is 4 bits. All right, so the hashing algorithm is basically, or the SHA-256 algorithm is basically the 64 characters hash values, and each character is 4 bits. So if you calculate it, it will become 64 into 4 is equal to 256 bits. So the 256 bits hash values will basically be working as a fingerprint of these documents or audios or videos, in which this document will be protected using this hash value. So now let's take a look at this block. But before going to this block, let's take a look at this website. You can see here, this is the passwordgenerator.net website. I will be giving the link of this website in the description below. Basically what it does, it will show you that how the hashing algorithm works. So let's say if I write hello. So this is the hello written, and it generated for me a hash value. You can see here, this is the 64 characters hash value. Inside it, there are numbers and alphabets. Both of them are combined. So let's say if I remove this O, so you can see here, the whole hashing algorithm value is changed. So similarly, if I write I, you can see here, the generated the hash algorithm value is changed completely. Not just 1 or 2 alphabets, but the complete hash value is changed. So let's say if I write O, you will see that the whole hash value is changed. So this is the point that you need to keep in mind. If you want to, if you let's say assigned any kind of hash value, then and another a minor change happened into that document, then a whole hash value will be different, right? So even if a minor change happen into that document or video or audio file, the whole hashing algorithm will be changed. All right, so it will not just change 1 or 2 alphabets, the whole thing will be changed. And now this is the block 1, block 2 and block 3. So inside this, what you need to do is to basically understand that block 1 is a place in which the data will be stored, right? So this is the block 1 in which some kind of data or document will be stored. Similarly, this is the block 2 in which the document or data will be stored, and the block 3. So this block will be identified by a kind of hash values, just like we have discussed. This is the hash values, and based on this hash value, a block 1 will be identified, and a block 2 will be identified, and a block 3 will be identified. So, and another point is this, the previous hash value. So the previous hash value, what it does, basically you need to understand that the blockchain works on the P2P network. Like it will works in the peer-to-peer network, in which one block is connected with the second block is connected with the third block. All of these blocks are connected together. So let's say if this block, this is the block 1, and this first block is called the Genesis block also, right? So the let's say if the first block wants to know the second block, then the second block hash value, this is the second block hash value, will be stored as the previous hash value in the first block. So let's say, let's take a look at this. Let's write it like 1 2 3. So 1 2 3, if this is the hash value of the block 2, then the same hash value will be stored here as a previous hash value, like 1 2 3. So now this block 1 will know that the previous hash value is present of this block 2 in my block, right? So the block 1 will understand that this is the previous hash value of the block 2. Then with this previous hash value, I can understand that this is the block 2. And let's say if this is the block 3, so the block 3, let's say, have what you can say 4, 5, 6. So the similar case, sorry, I have forgotten about it. So let's say if this is the block 3 and it has a hash value 4, 5, 6, then in this case the block 2 will be having 4, 5, 6. This will be the previous hash value of this block 3. The previous hash value of the block 2 will be the block 3, and this will be the 4, 5, 6. So it will know that block 2 will know that this is the previous hash value of the block 3. So in this case, a chain will be developed. But in this block 1, as you can see here, this is the block 1. Inside this block 1, the value will be 0, 0, because after that there is no block. Like this is the first block, and after this block there is not another block like through which we can represent it. So this will start from the 0, 0, and after that this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are the previous hash values in which they will be linked together, so that block 1 can understand this is the block 2, and the block 2 can understand this is the block 3. So yeah, I hope you understood how this process will work. Now let's go to this what you can say this term that the P2P network will be storing the data in the encrypted will be in the encrypted form, and this will be a one-way traffic in which if the data is given to the blockchain will be given, but if the data wants to get but if the what you can say the user want to get the data, and this will not work. So it's a one-way traffic in which the data will be given, but it cannot be it cannot get the data. So yeah, and another concept that you also need to keep in mind is the avalanche effect. So avalanche effect, I have told you that if one word is changed, the whole hashing algorithm will change. You can see here that I just wrote I, so you can see here the whole hashing algorithm is changed, as you can see here. So let's say if I write I, so you will see another I, another I, another I, the whole hashing algorithm is changed. So this is the avalanche effect in which even if one word or if some part of the document is changed, then the whole hashing algorithm will change. So yeah, these are some of the concepts that I have told you in this video, but for the next video, let's take a look at this one also. Let's on, because this is also an important one. So this is the case. Yeah, this is the block number 2. So now let's take a look at this second one. Now this is a distributed P2P network in which the nodes will be communicating with each other into a peer-to-peer network in which one node will be having multiple blocks, and second node will be having also multiple blocks. So if block 2 is entering into the chain, then this block will be tested in other nodes. So let's say this is the block and this is the new block. So if this block wants to enter into this node, then this block will be tested by this node, and all other nodes that are present in this network. This block will be tested in all the other nodes so that it checks that whether this block is malicious or not. So if this block is malicious or it contains any kind of malicious data, then it will be discarded, otherwise it will be accepted. So if block 2 is entering into the chain, then this block will be tested in other nodes also. But if that particular data is not matched with the second node, then it will be rejected. So let's say if this is the node that contains the data, if this is the node that contains the data, if there are other nodes also that contains the data, if the data is not matched, if the hashing algorithm is not matched with this, what you can say, with other nodes, then this will be rejected. So it works on the majority principle in which if there are many nodes containing block data and one node contains different data, then the majority nodes will be accepted, right? So you need to keep this in mind. Let's say if this is the one node, one block, let me demonstrate it for you like this. In this way, it will be easy for you, like so, because there are not that many nodes present here. Let's say this is the node 1, node 2, node 3. So inside this node there are some blocks. These are the 3 blocks, these are the 3 blocks, these are the 3 blocks. So there are some, how many blocks? 3, 3, 6 and 9. So inside these 3 nodes there are 9 blocks. So let's say if one block wants to enter into this blockchain, so what it will do, it will basically work, what you can say, it will search that whether the block is containing any kind of malicious data or not. So if it is not containing any kind of malicious data, then it will be fine. So similar case will be block 4 and block node 4 and node 5 also, in which there will be 3 nodes, 3 blocks and 3 blocks. So let's say if there are one block is entered here and one block is entered here. So there are how many nodes? 1, 2, 3, and how many nodes are here? 1, 2. So there are 2 nodes here and there are 3 nodes here. So all right, and this blocks wants to be entered, and similarly this blocks wants to be entered. So which block will be preferred? Basically this block will be preferred. Why? Because there are 3 nodes and these 3 nodes have the basically much computation power as compared to these 2 nodes, because they have less power and these have more power. So as a result, these 2 nodes will be accepting this block as compared to these 2 nodes will be accepting this block. So these 3 nodes will be accepting this block. So these 2 nodes will basically not accept this block, even if this block is not malicious, even if this block is not containing any kind of bad code, but this block will not be accepted. Why? Because the majority stake is with these 3 nodes, and these 2 nodes have the minority stake. So yeah, I hope you understood. So the blockchain works on the majority principle, in which if there are many nodes containing block data and one node contains different data, then the majority nodes will be accepted, not the minority blocks. So yeah, I hope you understood. So these are some of the other concepts that I will be talking in the upcoming videos, like the consensus protocol and how the mining works. But for this video, I have just described about the first and second point, that what you can say, how the blocks are working and how the data will be stored in the hashing algorithm, and what is the distributed P2P principle. So yeah, I hope you understood and liked this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.